Robin Hood 2018, because there's so many movies called Robin Hood now, so I have to differentiate them. This one stars Taron Egerton as Rob, because that's what they call him throughout most of the movie, as the guy who steals from the rich and gives to the poor, and he doesn't like the Sheriff of Nottingham, played by Ben Mendelsohn, because he's a big fat jerk. And Jamie Foxx plays Little John, who trains Rob and teaches him how to be really cool with the arrows, and he gives him an outfit that looks like it was bought at the mall. And Marion is in the film too, of course, because she's the girl and she has to be the girl. This movie was fucking bad. I can't believe how bad this film was. I really didn't have much anticipation for it, so it's not that surprising, but there was also no press screening for the film here in Cleveland, and so naturally I kind of went into this movie dreading what could possibly happen, and I lost 2 hours of a perfectly good day watching this shit. I have not been this bothered by complete incompetence in a long time, because there's really no good decisions being made in this movie. Almost every performance, you know what? Every performance really is not very good. Ben Mendelsohn, who is playing another villain, is very one-note as a Sheriff of Nottingham. He yells a lot and talks about Robin Hood. You gotta find Robin Hood. He's gonna get all my money. Robin Hood. Jamie Foxx, who I usually love, is really over the top in this role, and he provides a lot of unintentional comedy, unfortunately, as does a lot of the film. There's one scene where he's talking to somebody he wants to kill, and he takes his hand and he like grabs his chest really hard, and I was like, oh my god. I tried really hard not to laugh in the movie because there was a whole bunch of people there and no one else was laughing. No one laughed during the scenes that were supposed to be funny either. Friar Tuck pops a lot of jokes in the movie, and none of them land. They're totally off-key. Let's talk about Taron Egerton, who plays the lead role. I liked him quite a bit in Kingsman, and obviously he's a talented actor, as are basically everyone in this movie. I mean, I've seen every single person in this film great in other projects. Taron Egerton is not ideally cast here. I think this wasn't really the role for him. Kevin Costner, or Russell Crowe even, Errol Flynn, considerably better Robin Hoods. But this brings me to my main issue with the film. Who directed these actors? Was it Otto Bathurst, the director? Who got these performances? Because everyone in this movie is bad. And everyone in this movie is an excellent actor. I don't know what happened. This is a train wreck. I was bored within 40 minutes. I wanted to leave, but I watched the whole thing, right down to the ending that sets up a sequel for some reason that if it ever happens, I'd be shocked. I can't imagine them ever making more of these, at least in this realm. They just made one 8 years ago. I mean, since I started my channel in 2009, there's been 2 Robin Hood movies called Robin Hood. What's happening? Quit making these people into superheroes. This is definitely a superhero movie. He runs around and he jumps in slow motion and he goes really fast like Legolas. And there's 300 style editing. You know, when The Legend of Hercules came out, that really terrible movie in, like, what was it, 2014? I thought to myself, this is going to be the last time we ever see a 300 Gladiator ripoff. 4 years later, we have yet another one of those movies where people run and then get really slow and then jump and then get really fast and then slow again. Like, I can't believe that's the choices that are being made here. It's incomprehensible sometimes what's happening. There's so much like CGI flying around. Arrows are like whizzing by every 2 seconds. People have like machine gun bow and arrows. Like, the narration too was hilarious. It opens with Friar Tuck basically talking to us, and he's like, "This isn't the story you're used to seeing." I was like, oh shit, is Friar Tuck talking to 2018 us? Maybe they'll loop it around to make it make sense at the end, but they don't. It's just a narration. The very least this film could do was have action scenes that were exciting, and it can't even do that. The characters are insanely dull. The plotting is just murky. Things are happening in the background constantly with the church and with the sheriff, and you don't care about any of it. You don't give a shit about anything that's going on. There's a romantic love triangle, of course, because that's what we really need in a movie like this. Let's talk about Marion for a second. She looks like she's in an MTV music video for most of this movie, constantly revealing outfits. She's supposed to be in a poverty-stricken town where everyone's got no money and people are, you know, starving. But she looks like she's on the cover of Vogue for the majority of the film, so that's great. I have to be honest, if I was the studio, I would have looked at this film and said, it's a loss, scrap it, put it in the recycle bin, right-click, empty trash. This version of Robin Hood is embarrassing. The costumes are embarrassing. The performances are embarrassing. The special effects, holy shit. There's a green screen sequence with horses. I loved it. I loved it. I thought it was so fucking funny. Mind-blowing. And again, I must say, like, all of these embarrassing elements, I'm positive the visual effects artists who worked on this film are incredible at their craft. I'm positive that these actors are all very good actors. What happened that made everything about this movie horrible? It doesn't even look good. Like, the color choices, this gray, brown, it's just gross looking. Everything about the movie. I don't understand what happened. I really don't get how so much money can be thrown at a project and literally, like dominoes, they all just topple and every single element of the film is a complete failure. Robin Hood is a really bad movie. But at the same time, it's really not that surprising because none of the trailers look good, and I just really have no idea what happened here. I'm going to give Robin Hood an F. Christ, my God. Yeah, don't see this one. Just skip it and go see Creed 2. That's a better idea. Have fun. Guys, thank you so much, as always, for watching. Look forward to more reviews very soon. And if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.